Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're diving into something super interesting. 94% of younger women say there's this one kind of text from an older man that just feels different. Now, you might be thinking, different how? Well, that's subtle. It's not the over-the-top flirting you see in movies, and it's not the generic, hey, what's up? Text either. There's something about the tone, the phrasing, the attention to detail. It sets off a little internal alarm bell, or sometimes just a warm, fuzzy feeling. And here's the kicker. Most people totally miss it because it doesn't look like what we usually associate with attraction. So if you've ever gotten a message from someone older and thought, this is oddly flattering or weirdly specific, then stick around. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why it feels different and what it really means. Let's be real. Texting is tricky. Unlike face-to-face interactions, you don't get body language, tone of voice, or microexpressions. You're left with words on a screen, maybe some emojis, and a lot of guessing. This is especially true with age differences. An older man might phrase things in a way that feels thoughtful or unusual. He might text late at night with words that feel deliberate, or comment on details that most people wouldn't even notice. Younger women pick up on it subconsciously. Something feels different, even if they can't articulate why. And here's the frustrating part. Because it feels different, a lot of women end up second-guessing themselves. Am I imagining it? Is it flattering or creepy? Is he flirting or just being friendly? You're not alone if you've felt this way. It's normal. Texting signals are subtle, especially when someone has experience in reading people and crafting messages that feel intentional. Of course, not every older man texts this way, and not every text has a hidden meaning. These are patterns, tendencies we notice across a wide range of situations. So think of this as a guide, not a rule book. Some guys are just naturally attentive or articulate, and some texts are completely innocent. But after talking to younger women and analyzing their experiences, there are 5 key signs in texts from older men that almost always make the interaction feel different. So, let's break down these 5 behaviors, starting with the one that tends to stand out the most. Here's the thing, most casual compliments are vague. You look nice, cool photo, or nice outfit. But older men often notice things younger people overlook. They might say, that photo really shows your focus and creativity, or I love how your style balances bold colors with subtle details. It feels different because it's personalized. They're not just complimenting your appearance, they're noticing effort, personality, or skill. And psychologically, this comes from experience. They know that the right compliment can spark curiosity and connection without being too pushy. Mini scenario. Imagine you post a photo of a painting you made. A younger guy might say, nice work, but an older man might write, I really love the way you used color and texture. It tells a story. Immediately, it feels intentional. Tip, if you notice these types of compliments, it's usually a signal that the sender is paying close attention. They want to make you feel seen, in a way that most casual texts don't. Older men often notice things that younger men don't. Little habits, your favorite coffee order, a quote you liked last week. They may text, I saw this quote and thought of you. Or I remembered you mentioned you love hiking. Have you tried this trail? This feels different because it shows consistency and memory. They're not just responding to the moment, they're storing little pieces of information about you and weaving them into conversations. Ever notice how sometimes the conversation feels like they get you, even if you barely know them? That's exactly what's happening here. Younger women notice the effort and thoughtfulness instantly. It signals intentionality. The psychology, humans feel validated when others remember meaningful details about us. Even a simple, offhand observation creates a sense of closeness, and when it comes in a text, it can feel surprisingly intimate. Older men often text with a rhythm that feels deliberate. They don't bombard with messages or reply instantly every time. Instead, there's a pacing that signals they're thinking, not just reacting. We've all seen it, someone who sends 3 texts in a row, then vanishes for a day. It's exhausting. But older men might text thoughtfully and then give space, letting the conversation breathe. It feels different because it's calm, measured, and confident. Psychologically, this shows emotional regulation and experience. It's a subtle way of saying, I'm interested, but I'm not desperate. You'll notice younger women tend to appreciate this without even realizing why. It creates a sense of stability and makes each message feel more meaningful. If they texted yesterday about your weekend plans, today they might ask, "Hey, how did that hike go?" Or if you mentioned a stressful workday, they check in later. "Hope your meeting went okay." This shows consistency and effort. They remember details and care enough to check in. And here's the thing, it's rare. Many people forget or move on to the next topic instantly. Mini story. I know someone who got a message like, "I remembered you said you were trying that new recipe. How did it turn out?" It felt personal, intentional, and different from the casual texts she usually gets. Psychology. It's the principle of attentional focus. Giving someone attention over time strengthens perceived closeness. Younger women pick up on it subconsciously, and it feels different because most casual texters just move on. This is about how older men use texting tools, emojis, punctuation, even message length. They might use a carefully placed smiley or period, or send a message that's longer than average, but still casual. Why it matters? It signals intention without being overbearing. Younger women feel it instantly. It's not a generic hey or meme drop. It's a text that reads as thoughtful, tuned in, and emotionally intelligent. For example, a text like, "I thought about your idea for the weekend. Maybe we could try it?" Smiley face. Feels personal. It shows awareness, consideration, and engagement. Psychologically, it demonstrates that they value the interaction and are mindful of how their words land. Combine this with the previous points, observational details, patience, and follow-ups, and you have a texting style that feels different, memorable, and subtly flattering. It's almost like they're speaking a language that younger texters are tuned into emotionally, even if they can't put it into words. So there you have it. 5 key ways texts from older men can feel different. Overly specific compliments, observational details, patient timing, thoughtful follow-ups, and digital subtlety. If you've noticed any of these in your own messages, chances are it's not just coincidence. There's a psychology behind it, and it's usually intentional, designed to make you feel seen, understood, and appreciated. I want to hear from you. Which of these signs have you noticed before? Comment below. I read every response and love seeing your experiences. And if you found this video insightful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into dating psychology, texting, and relationship behaviors. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week with another video that'll make you rethink the way you read signals, texts, and human behavior. Stay curious and remember, noticing the subtle things makes all the difference.